Notebook LM's new AI updates could cut reporting time for agencies. One prompt can spit out client-ready PDFs, slide decks, or spreadsheets while handling research, code formatting all at once. A small agency used to spend hours on a single report. Now they could finish in just a few hours, freeing time for strategy or client outreach. Think of it like a smart kitchen. Prepping ingredients, assembling the dish, and plating the final product without extra steps. The upgrades are built to take you from idea to finished asset faster. Gemini 3.5, for example, lets the notebook parse huge documents, pull info from the web, so insights come quicker, more accurately. Curious how Gemini 3.5 reshapes the notebook's thinking. In the next part, we'll dive into its reasoning approach, why matters for agency workflows. Gemini 3.5's Notebook LM shows its reasoning line by line. You can see each thought before the final answer pops up. In a recent market analysis request, that step-by-step view caught a typo before delivery. Google's internal tests say the new model beats the old one about 65% overall. Roughly 70% on big document tasks, and around 78% on deep web research. For agencies handling long docs, Notebook LM can auto-split the text and tag claims. It also highlights mismatches, so analysts can inspect reasoning and source snippets directly. The interface lays out each data point, code line, and citation clearly. So you can review, tweak, or drop anything before finalizing a client report. Look, a common pitfall is treating AI like a black box. Ignoring the reasoning view lets errors slip through. With Gemini 3.5's built-in audit trail, you get a clear record. It helps verify sources and keep credibility. That step-by-step logic powers other Notebook LM features. Auto-research and agentic capabilities, so the system pulls web data and runs code without you. Picture this, you type a prompt in the Google AI Notebook and boom, within a short time, you get a finished deliverable. No need to juggle extra apps. Everything stays in one smooth environment. I just did a quick market analysis for a client, received a full report in minutes. Behind the scenes, it launches a secure sandbox, runs code right away. Gemini 3.5 does the heavy lifting. That means workflow automation without plugging in anything else. I was skeptical until I tried it myself. My first run was faster than my old script. It's like having a kitchen where the stove's already preheated. You just drop in your ingredients and walk away. Cloud code execution lets you clean data, run stats, and generate visuals. All inside the same notebook. Honestly, that's a massive time saver. I cleaned a messy CSV quickly, faster than using a spreadsheet. Think of it as the Swiss Army knife of AI. Over 100 built-in skills take raw data and with a click, turn it into PDFs, spreadsheets, slide decks. If you run a small marketing agency, that chaotic sales spreadsheet can instantly transform into a polished analysis with a single click. The catch, because the sandbox is isolated, your client data never leaves that secure bubble. Just drop the built-in data cleaner block in, and it'll wipe out nulls, line updates before you run a regression. Press run, and the notebook outputs coefficients, R-squared, and a plot you can hand off right away. Now it can crunch numbers and spit out reports in seconds. What if you ask it to pull fresh web data with auto-research AI in zero-source mode? No file upload needed. I asked it to pull the latest traffic stats for a client's site, and it had the numbers ready before I even finished my coffee. I was surprised that it didn't ask me for credentials, just a prompt. Got fresh web data on the fly. Notebook LM pulls it for you. No file uploads needed. Open a new notebook, type a query like 2024 digital marketing trends for boutique agencies. it will find the right reports PDFs. A client asked for traffic stats for a niche e-commerce store. I typed the query, and the notebook ran code, fetched the data, plotted a chart in seconds. After pulling the sources, you can see the URLs, and the AI stitches them into a tidy document with heading citations. It can even draw diagrams from the info it gathers. So the notebook can only handle so much at once. Big projects need to be split or summarized. Once you review the notebook, the AI locks in the sources, and the cloud code can export PDFs, Excel sheets, or PowerPoint decks right inside the notebook. That's how you get data without uploading files. Now let's look at the finished deliverables you can create with Notebook LM. Build a 10-slide deck. Look, I typed into Notebook LM and it gave me a PPTX in seconds. The slides opened in PowerPoint, and I barely had to tweak anything. Make a content calendar. I asked Notebook LM and it produced a CSV like a Google Sheet. Client needed a performance summary. I fed Notebook LM a JSON file and requested a PDF with charts. Notebook LM ran code, made bar graphs, and wrapped them in a PDF. Need a deck on local SEO wins. I typed a prompt, and Notebook LM produced a PPTX that opened. Every file, PowerPoint, CSV, PDF, is ready. Just one prompt, full deck. So let's hit play on Notebook LM and watch it happen. I type a quick request, boom, the whole deck appears. I say 10-slide deck on AI automation for local businesses. The notebook springs to life. Gemini 3.5 drafts the outline, titles, and bullets right before my eyes. All the reasoning steps show up in the notebook, so I can follow the story as it builds. It's like a chef sketching a menu before the dishes arrive. The AI lists each slide like a course, setting the stage for the final plate. Now the notebook fires up its cloud engine, and I drop a Python cell, pulls data, builds a bar chart. The code runs while I watch the chart take shape. Look, I spent an hour drawing that chart by hand last week. No more copy-paste into Excel, no hand-drawn charts. The bar graph pops up automatically, ready to drop straight into the slide. While the script runs, the AI pulls up to 50 source search results. I pick 3, and it auto-generates a bibliography slide, stitching the sources right into the deck. It's like a research assistant that never forgets a citation. Every reference lands exactly where it should, no manual footnotes. When everything's ready, I click Export. The notebook packages slides, code, and bibliography into a single PDF or PPTX. One step and you're done. One click and the deck is download ready. No tweaks needed. I can grab the file straight onto my computer. From prompt to final deck takes just a short time, cutting agency workflow dramatically. Later I'll break down the time savings, show how you can use it on your own projects. Next we'll see the numbers in action. Bottom line, Gemini 3.5 rocks. Its sandbox cloud can cut agency workload big time. Look, one prompt, source-free web research, instant file generation. Tasks that used to take days now finish in minutes. Want the numbers? I turned a multi-day client brief into a short sprint. Notebook LM auto research pulled dozens of data points. Cloud code crunched them, and a PDF popped out fast. Honestly, that's a real-time saver. Do you think cutting a big chunk of grunt work is realistic? Or are you still stuck in the old grind? Smash the like, hit subscribe, ring the bell. Drop a comment with the feature you'll test first. I want to hear your take. Now I'm breaking down how to set up the sandbox. Then I'll show you how to automate research for your own projects. Stay tuned, your workflow could change dramatically.